too. Blindsided, high hopes, but they fell away the moment you lied to me. Misguided, led astray, trusted too easy. Blindsided, strung out on the smallest string, had me questioning everything. I don't know where I am now. Pedestal I had you on is crumbling down on the ground. It was all illusion. Where do I go now?
Just know the second that you close your eyes, I'm bringing you back to life. I'm bringing you back to life. Don't wanna want you. Why do I want you back? Don't wanna want you. I'm bringing you back to life. Don't wanna want you. Why Just know the second that you close your eyes, I'm bringing you back to life. I'm bringing you back to life. Don't wanna want you. Why do I want you back? Don't wanna want you. I'm bringing you back to life. Don't wanna want you. Why do I want you back? Don't wanna want you. The second that you close your eyes, I'm bringing you back to life. Don't wanna want you. Why do I want you? I'm bringing you back to life. Don't wanna want you. Why do I want you back? Don't wanna want you. Why do I want you? I'm bringing you back to life.
Lying awake at night, watching shadows on the walls. Demons dancing in the dark. Whispering forgotten dreams and thoughts I can't recall. Watch the devil leave his mark. Drowning out the voices with a pill to ease the pain. Hush the screams inside my head. 'Cause something can be plated gold and still look like a chain. Things that are better left unsaid. The walls are closing in.
Hello and welcome to the Pixel Palace Community Cup Quarterfinals. I'm your host, caster, commentator, man behind the action that's gonna take place over these next 3 days as we take you through the playoffs. I'm backpackbrain, and what a playoffs we have in front of us. Of course, we can only cover one quarterfinal as they're happening simultaneously, but today we are covering 666 versus Legion, and just as we know the veto, of course, the next map being Dust 2, which was an exclamation mark veto in the chat for the veto. But this is the pick of 666, and they're probably looking to try and edge out Legion in firepower, because Legion have been together for quite a while. If we're considering the prestige of the players, we're talking a squad that's been together, a squad that's looking to be very competitive. On the other hand, 666 not sure what they have to bring in terms of firepower. Didn't necessarily get the trickiest path as well into the quarterfinal. And so when we are discussing at least my predictions on who is going to win, I think 666 are going to have a tough battle ahead of them, all things considered. But as well as the quarterfinals today, tomorrow, of course, we will have the semifinals, both of them happening one after another, and then the third place decider on the final day, followed up by the best of 5 grand final to determine the winner of the Pixel Palace Community Cup. As soon as Dust 2 is ready, of course, we will have the action lined up in front of you. All that and more will be coming up once the match is live. Don't go anywhere. The action is coming straight to your screens as soon as the match is live.
Maybe I ain't lost my way. Maybe you ain't gone too far. I had nothing left to say. We had left ourselves in the dark. So tell me this, if we left the peace where they fell, would we have a lot to lose from lying to ourselves? All the times you said to me, the feeling that you felt, we lost it. Can we get back the love we had? Get back the love we had. Or are we in love with what we lack? Get back. maybe you had gone too far. I had nothing left to say. We had left ourselves in the dark. Can we get back the love we had? Get back the love we had? Or are we alone with what we lack? Get back, to get back. Get back the love we had. Get back the love we had.
We are live with the pistol round of map 1 of Legion versus 666, your quarterfinal. Immediately a B-Rush is on the cards and Bloody immediately gets headshot. It's down to HZ to get the arrest done. He gets 2. Incredible work. But it's even trays and a 3-on-3 retake is the job. Can Legion do it? This is, of course, not the map pick, but they are starting on the CT side immediately. Quick on the retake. Pokemon goes 1 for 1 and aggression continues as HF trades on. He's down to a 1-on-2. Can Pava do it? First headshot in, he knows the location of the last player. Just needs to tap it down, but he needs to reload as well. It's just time ticking down as Wallow tucks behind the box. It's just spam. It doesn't get it done. So 666 with the B-Rush. It could have been cleaner, of course. And a valiant retake attempt from Legion, but they get that pistol round started. As you can see, it is their map pick. We have Dust 2, Inferno, and Nuke ahead of us if we need 3. And because it was such a close round, it's going to be that buy on through. See if HF can see anything. Trading spots, tagging through as Lucky is the victim of that scout bullet. HC just going to be holding close. Meanwhile, Bloody just with the Deagle is going to have to control middle. But nobody's pressuring him yet. Already 1 kill down as HF with that scout managed to get early damage and convert it into a frag. But that's going to leave the mid to B as the only option. Not having any control elsewhere, the map long was not successful, and Pokemon with this nade could do a hell of a lot of damage. Just depends on the timing of it. His teammate goes down, it's down to 1D, and it's not going to be the case. Pava, honestly, at this point, 5-7 is more valuable to be saved than to try this long-range duel, but maybe a little bit of aggression, just some pot shots and some confidence building. Shots in, smoke around the corner to try and allow Pava to progress forwards. It'll work for now, but I don't think this will go as well as he thinks it does. 1 headshot, but his teammates have fallen in CT. He actually knows the location of all the plays. Oh my god, it could be the 1-on-3 clutch. Oh, nearly a miracle witness in the second round. Already the action. High octane stuff, but with that, surely Legion have to take a back seat, let the economy build, and allow 666 a free round. Few guns are being bought around, but Pava's been admonished. Pokemon, of course, we know him. He's been around. He's had his, wild variety. He's even coaching for a time over on God's Reign, but now firmly in the driver's seat as a player. Double Molotov in case he needed a second warning. We'll see what... Ooh, nice shot. Rat just taps on down. straight out mid. Pokemon not able to get anything. The jumping guns, not much for the Deagle. Again, Pava would have to work some magic with the 5-7. He's got the right idea. And he's got his teammates around. It's a little bit messy. They know where he is. He goes for the jumping shot. And these Deagles really not doing Legion any favors. I do see people saying the UI is bad, but that does. I think that just indicates that they chose the side on Nuke. Legion chose CT side. Oh, of course, it's not their map pick. It is the decider, but they did choose the side. Let's see if I can change that. Yes, indeed. Legion is all from Pakistan, whereas I believe 666. Majority from the UAE, one player from Kuwait, if I have it right. This round, Rat already has gone down. Pokemon patrolling middle, one success and another one as well. Headshot does get traded. And intention is pretty clear, not much map control. That's why as the minute mark is hit on the clock. And HF with the orb. We've seen him do flashy things historically with this, so I wouldn't be surprised if he starts us off very well. Shot on in. Nade, and the orb just doesn't know how to connect. And so with that being the only site presence and Bloody's already looking to save, I think this will be another round. Let's get lucky. Continues to get a couple of kills. Just one more, and HZ, the clutch could be building. We'll see if we can fix some of these UI issues as well. Of course, full long control and low buy on the CT side. So this should just be a save and reinvest into the next if Legion don't get a tag team push out. Bloody taken down. Pokemon just holding, trying to get that off angle advantage. It's not going to pan out. And HF, Peter 15 at the gun for the job as 666 continue their streak. Orb spots the cross, one jumped back, doesn't stick around to find out more. This Pokemon flash off the angle, but nobody's pushing, so this may embolden the CT setup towards long, and indeed Pava's pushed around the corner. This is the correct score. 666 is leading. I mean, you can see the top right. Kill feed is accurate. Just had a Boolean flipped, of course. And I mean, if you know the players, you know the region, and of course, everybody knows Legion have been together for quite some time now. Pava in the smoke, he could get more than one. They don't know he's here yet. He gets the first, he doesn't quite get the second. Lucky gets that shot right in time. And HF now is got to do a hell of a lot. Another one, 2 in the round so far. He holds his nerve for 3 before getting traded. Incredible work, and Pokemon is still concerned about more. Gets timing alongside Bloody to get that trade, and Legion win their first round. There we go. Okay, that should be. We should have it as fixed as plausible. This time, a slower paced round, and surely we can finally focus on the action of the game with any technical issues fixed. Triple Six just getting early mid control. Strong start from them. Of course, I expected Legion to come out guns blazing, but this is a good sign for this series. Maybe we will get 3 maps after all. Pokemon just playing it passive. Interesting lining up the Palm Tree Flash, of course. Got HF here playing on the other side, but the mid presence is where the T's are playing. Bloody. His teammate needs to cover him. What is going on? Bloody was just so worried. And nobody was watching through the window. 2-man B setup gets completely dismantled. And there's Art King with that trade. Now Pokemon is able to take it down, and hold on a second, things could get out of hand. This is still a 2-on-2, and there are kits in play. This retake is on, if they go now. Lineup of utility, flash, and smoke in, or an HE rather. In he goes, Pokemon spots that one but can't get the kill. Time's ticking now, he gets the first. Trade needs to be instant. Pava knows where he is, but I'm not sure he has the time to flush him out of this one. He does. But can he get to the bomb in time? I'm not sure. I don't know if there is time. It's going to be pretty close. It's a matter of seconds. We hear it go down and he wins the round. Incredible 2-on-2 retake at the last minute. And 666 fumble, what should have been a pretty straightforward B-hold after a successful take of the site. Letting Legion have a way back into this series could get tricky. You've got a strong lead 5-0 start, and you don't want to let what I would consider the more experienced members on Legion get the ball rolling. If you can get Pokemon activated, because Bloody is 0-6 right now. If Bloody can start getting those numbers up, this could start to be a closely contested affair as we get into the latter stages of this first half of the first map of the quarterfinals of the Pixel Palace Community Cup. Arranging buys across the board. Lucky's only able to afford a scout, not his usual AWP, as HF spots nothing, and so we're lucky. Hold on a second, there was an opportunity there. If not a kill, at least damage, but it's not going to be the case. Again, mid-control. HF is playing a little bit scared right now, repositioning towards an A-lean for Legion. Re-smoking short as the players group up behind it. As soon as it clears, that'll be the signal to go. Meanwhile, Walu is, of course, trying to distract over towards long. Just ensuring that Pava's always worried about that potential possibility. Util coming out. Bomb is ready as the execute towards short comes in. HF flashed off the angle, gets that first frag though, and now Pokemon should have a chance to peek on in as he holds it down, and it's Rat needs to get more frags. It's just not going to be the case. And indeed, that long presence as well is just too little too late, as Legion are starting to build up a little bit of confidence, getting their individuals back online. 3 to 5 reads the scoreline. And that 5-0 start is not looking as robust anymore. Entry on out. Rat with that Deagle. Gets tagged by the orb, but does get the Deagle shot. Pava. I was hoping to get a cleanup. Instead gets a bullet straight to his skull. Deleted from the server. While the investment is still very scarce, it's going to be difficult for 666 to convert and make good on this. Rat is still low, even though he did get that nice shot. Bloody breaking through. Did that nade just go too far? I'm not sure what happened there, but he still gets the frag regardless. Just need to break the smoke to see through it. And again, 666, this map control has always just been getting that mid control and figuring out whether they want to go B or short. It's not been a lot of layered takes and the run boost or space taken thereof. HF is just farming a couple of easy shots, maybe another one dig is what is necessary to get 666 back in this round. But I'm not sure how successful that's going to be with Pokemon just whipping his 8k out here. Bomb could go down, and barring any jump shots, it will go down, but not without its cost. Rat, you started with a nice shot. You're going to need a few more of those real fast if you're going to do anything with its position, and I don't think it's going to be the case. Unfortunate that you had to be the last player alive. So many shots whiffed. Doesn't quite cancel out the fantastic opener we saw, and that does lead to a bomb plant, but it's not that economics are your issue right now. You're worried about the comeback. You're worried about the mentality that Legion are displaying here. Who I would consider the favorites, if not for this tournament, at least for this match. Strong team that's been together for a while. They've got a singular vision, which regionally is sort of the struggle, especially considering, you know, you have mixed teams and players swapping around so often to build a consistent base. Art King, what is going on with that shot? I'm not even sure what he saw. But this time around, not as focused on going down long. Hold on a second. HZ could have aggression on his mind the longer he waits on this spot. Jumping across, Pokemon is cheating over to allow a 2-2 split hold, A and B. But there's no intention of going towards the tunnels. Pretty much this entire half, 666 have ignored the tunnels, and apart from that pistol round, of course, which was that B rush, they've been happy going middle, and Bloody's gonna have a bit more on his plate if he wants to defend this. Smoke fades, and he doesn't choose to contest. They're gonna need to do something more with this position, because if Pokemon has to be the one just responsible for this, it's not gonna go as cleanly as you might expect. Pava's fast flank is the only route back in, and money, it's not 100%. You could still get a buy next round, so going for this isn't completely out of the question. But 3-on-5 retake on Dust 2, I mean, is gonna be rough regardless. Oh, hold on a second, what is going on? HZ's been gifted 3k. The extra bullets in that gun is doing him a lot of favors, and Lucky just puts a pin in that round. Prevents me from losing my vocal cords, as we've had some crazy what ifs. Some almost rounds as well. And that's 666 breaking the silence and getting another round in what was 4 strong after their 5-0 start at the beginning of the half. So 2 rounds left in it. HF flashed off the angle, coming out towards long, and the progression smoke on the corner will facilitate that. 5 towards long as well, so with this mid info peak, they're going to figure it out and already wrap around. So HF and right angle as well, just where the smoke no longer has cover for him. Lucky didn't expect it to be such a disadvantageous position. But still creeping up. Art King is closer than maybe Pava expects. And with that smoke, it's not a good smoke at all. Oh my god, Pava and HF are just feasting here. What was that smoke? Now it's down to Cola and Rat. And Cola does well enough. He gets one. 2 on 5, turn 2 on 4. Info spotted. Rat can get both of these. It needs to be a trade instead. And now a 1 on 3, turn 1 on 2 for Cola. Gets the bomb. He's paranoid about long, but that's too strong towards short and already quite far ahead. And Pokemon knew where he was from the beginning, so keeping it competitive. And if you'd asked them, if you'd asked Legion what scoreline they could have had after that 5-0, this would have been more than enough. 666 fumbling what could have been a dominant half instead is going to be very competitive, and that pistol round in the second half is going to be much more important. Oh my god. A low buy, but well, we've seen these opening shots on these low buys have been nothing but trouble. Deagle headshot, scout shot. But again, it's about the conversion, and this time around there is stronger guns. There is some Galils and a Mac 10 to try and build from this. Pavel's going to have to put up a strong hold here. The Molly, I think, is going to be too little too late. It actually pushes him half in, half out, and that's exactly what he wanted. 2 players make it forward past the Molotov, but the transfer is there. And now, rotating in, Pokemon's there to back him up. It's not going to be the conversion of the entry that you hoped for if you were 666. But inside, okay, hold on a sec. How did Lucky sneak through mid? This is a 3-on-3, but the B side is completely exposed. And Lucky picked up the AWP as well. Nade in. What does he see? He sees enough. He gets one more. He should have had the info as well. Lucky's going for the full completion, but he may be a bit too eager. Allows Pava to set up for a 1-on-3 that would be disastrous for 666 after such opportunities given in this round. They have to hold strong here. And Art King does just that through the corner of the wall, of the door. And Bloody has been notably absent, but it's been an even frag spread for every single player. Pretty much in this half so far. Do have a bit of a disconnect issue. Perhaps a pause is in order. How's everyone doing on this fine? I guess depends on your time zone. It should be an afternoon or evening for most people watching, all things considered. It is only the quarterfinals today, but semifinals and third place plus a grand final coming up in the next 2 days. Again, heavy B presence, pistol round seems to be the pattern as we go swapsies, 666 on the CT side now. Given that is their map pick, you might assume Legion's T side to be a little bit weaker, but, or rather, 666's map pick. But the point being is, there is hope yet for 666 to convert and take us further into the series. With initial B presence now transferring to short, all 5 members. Smoke in, Molotov as well on a pistol round flash, and Cola spots but doesn't get much more. It's down to Cola and Get Lucky, just trading it out. Doesn't even get one. Cola now Get Lucky, he doesn't have anywhere to retreat to. Needs the shots and can't quite get it done. But there is a player in the pit, Rat hiding like one down in this corner. Puts a lot of pressure in as the retake is coming in towards shore, but these shots are not connecting at all as Arkin goes down. Pokemon is the one to trade that out, and Rat does get the shot. Knows the presence of 2 players towards short, so needs those frags ASAP without that kit. But because Pokemon knows the pressure is on Rat to get forward, who will crack under the pressure? And I think Rat's already lost this one just because he does not have a kit. Needs to maybe not die to the bomb, but I think that one is also going to be close. And both players fall, but Legion take the pistol in what is the continuing story of this map, which is that Legion are just building better and better, becoming stronger and stronger. And 666 not even really in a position to force buy here. Could do it, of course. Maybe Rat will buy a Deagle for himself after. Yep, indeed. Confidence. This Rat knows what he wants. But I'm not sure the cheese is waiting for him in the middle. Bloody's patrolling for that one. And not a single Deagle shot connects as Rat takes a little bit of damage and falls off. 2 Deagles the only investment for 666. Meanwhile, out towards long, Legion take their map control. Cross smoke it, but nobody's progressing yet. Meanwhile, 666 trying to find what little map control they might have, and it's the right idea to... Classic Dust 2 move, of course. Trading short and long control between the CTs and Ts. And if there was ever an opportunity for these pistols to do some damage, it would be now. You can type !caster, I see you. I see you in there. Progression in. USP is not necessarily the best tool for the job as the trades are coming in and not a single frag from the CTs. Walu with the Deagle may be savable, but would rather pick up one of these Leos. Oh no. Pokemon with a hot hand is one of the most dangerous players you can have. This time around the guns are out, but oh, that Molotov is not out. Neither behind the dumpster nor inside the bedroom. Return to sender. We've all been there, of course. Orb is out for Lucky. And you'll definitely need it considering they seem to be headed his way sooner or later. No, I appreciate it. Orb shot misses and the progression continues. Bloody not having the best day, but everybody knows if you're having a rough day but your team is doing fine, just buy the Mac 10 and run in first, and that seems like his plan right now. But the mid to B is the plan of Legion. Too strong towards the side. Wallow is still worried about presence towards the tunnels, but that's only one player and he's biding his time as our King spots out the presence. We'll see how long it takes as our King is forwards on this. Spots one but goes down. And both players on the site collapse in one fell swoop. If the retake is going to happen, it's going to have to be with Cola fishing out this presence, but HF is here, patrolling any rotations, and that lock is completely set in stone. They do have to get out of this bomb site sooner or later. Don't want to give any of these guns away, and Lucky, I'm surprised he is so bold about this, gets 2 frags. That is a non-zero contribution. Be careful on this, you don't want to give away your AWP. Cola's running, you gotta get that AWP, you gotta get that AWP, just hide. Could have been a disaster economically if he had given that one away. 666 having a rough enough time bringing that lead back as it is. You don't want to be giving it away. Just like that. Shot doesn't even whiz by HF, simply watching and patrolling. Meanwhile, Lucky is boosted up and ready to duel. Flash doesn't even phase him. But a relatively passive presence early on from Legion. Nobody taking a walk down mid. Flash off the angle, very diligent, very thorough. Lucky, what can he spot? Smoke fades. He spotted the fringe of one, and he does flick on down as HC trades one of his teammate. That was towards B. So in a 4-on-4 with a minute left, who is going where? Legion still loitering in mid, not really deciding where to go yet. Mid to B is not going to be much of a ruse, as Cola's here to confirm that nobody's walking out right now. And if he peeks on it, he's going to get even more information. The rotation is given into him for free as well. And now our King is given a forward warning of what's coming his way. He still peeks in, but he can't get the shot. All that advanced information. And Rat's still worried about a long lurk. Understandably so, but this does mean that it's going to be next to impossible to retake this. And Cola is brave enough for walking this far out. It's all or nothing. They seem to be going for this. With the AWP as well. It doesn't get the shot. Rat gets one. Oh, what a shot. And now Cola gets the first. Doesn't have a smoke, but does have a flash. Could do a little bit of damage. But it's going to be HF to finish the job. And 666, again, going for that retake is definitely pushing a little bit. It's hard enough to retake on Dust 2 at the best of times. But with a man disadvantage and no smoke on the bomb or really anything, I'm surprised they still go for that. And that may be one of the things that undoes them down the stretch. I mean, they have a buy now, but you'd be hoping to build up a bit more economy in such a hopeless round. This time, a little bit of aggression. Walu may be going forwards on this, but doesn't decide to. And again, this time around, Legion not playing like 666 did, not playing forwards and immediately having all of mid and then picking between the mid to be short play. A little bit more layered and being rewarded for that. We'll see if 666 catch on. Because it is 4 towards A. At least Lucky is in between. This would be a diabolical time to do a mid to B or really any sort of B play. The one he built should start to be ringing. There's no presence towards long. The mid to B smoke. It has been blocked. Lucky can play with that a little bit. We'll see how much they've heard. But not really in a position to rotate any further plays. It's going to be a strong A setup. But that actually may be what 666 are hoping for. Is Legion not content with the mid to B, maybe worried about that smoke that didn't land, are going to be heading it straight into A. Our King flashed off the angle. There is 3 towards long as the short walk up is not contested until our King holds the line. Oh, an opportunity for another one. Bomb should go down. But there are 3 on this long road. Utility progression. Walu spots one. AWP as well gets a frag. Pokemon, oh, with 2. Could get a third, but can't quite do it. And now it's down to 1-on-1. HZ has to reload, but it's him and Walu. Everybody knows where everybody is. It's down to the shots. And he retreats even further. The confidence to just knife out, even dropping down to Xbox. But could this be a little bit too far with that kit? He doesn't even stick it though, he holds it. But with that info, now it's too little too late as well. He doesn't even have the kit to be making that kind of play. Needed the frag and couldn't get it done. And cerebral play from HZ, it's risky. But it pays off as the mind games give Legion another round. And 666 yet to get a single on this half. As a 7-5 becomes 7-10. As Legion look to upset on their opponent's map pick. At a bit of a low buy, maybe Lucky can get us another scout headshot highlight, but it's been nothing but headshots and highlights and singular eco frags. Hold on a second, is the bomb been dropped in tunnels? The bomb may have been dropped in tunnels. Nope, never mind. HZ has it. All good. And the AWP isn't even afforded to them, but it is a 4-on-3. The rare tunnels aggression is punished. And a tag as well. Lucky is well, more than that. And Pava's trying to get them out of here, but the bomb is rotating towards A. Only one player here. And if Pava can just patrol middle, Molotov perfectly placed to prevent the rotation forwards. He spots the info out as well. Oh, through that smoke, actually, Walu's escaping. And Rat's gonna have a hell of a job trying to get that 5-7 to work long range from short to ramp. Does have his teammates for Mars behind him. Flash is in, good timing, and the 5-7 does nothing but Walu. Oh, just gets the one. No trigger discipline, needed it for that. And luckily, this time around, the scout jumping shot, it may be accurate, but he didn't even see a target to shoot at. Playing a little paranoid. And our King, this 1-on-2, he may be further ahead than his opponents expect. Needed the instant headshot in Pokemon, just so reliable in moments like these. 11-7. Does Legion continue marching on down straight to the 13 mark? Orb shot does not connect. 666 don't need any more opportune moments to not go that way. Knocking. Fantastic lineup on that to readjust onto Pokemon. Finally, some opening aggression in the gun rounds is going their way, but they'll need to convert on that. And what is the adjustment from Legion? It's bloody walking out this smoke with no mid to B. Just the regular throw. What can Bloody do in this man disadvantaged circumstance to try and tilt the scales back in Legion's favor? And it seems like a mid to B is the play, or rather a B with a little bit of mid spice added to it, as Bloody's crossed that smoke of his. And Lucky, no Molotov, but is flashed. They haven't seen him yet, and he hasn't got a clean shot either. But Walu in towards the car needs more than just one. Oh, and Bloody just the dagger in the back of that round. That mid to B play, exactly what you do in a man disadvantage. Look for any opportunity. But the retake is on. 2 players very low. And the Molotov could be trouble for HC, and he is forced into a duel. Honestly, could have waited it out. I'm not sure that I would have spread anyway, but nade on in. Bloody is a little bit paranoid right now. And HF alongside Bloody. Now it's down to a 1-on-1. He misses the shot. He misses the shot. 2 low players holding AWPs, and it's Arc King to win it. And just for a moment, 666 finally get around. And could this be the beginning of their own comeback? Trading leads that get lost towards the end of halves could be the story of this map. As Legion are going to be kicking themselves on that one. How could you have let that one get away? After such a comeback as well, 4v5 into how that round ended. And now it's Pokemon with the scout. Meanwhile, hold on a second. There's a bit of a rush here. Stopped by the smoke. Without that, who knows what could have happened. But it is still be a presence without the bomb. Gonna re-smoke pretty early. Minute 25. That smoke will be faded before long. And they're in the right place, but they will need to get some shots in. And as that smoke has indeed faded. What do the CTs see? It's Walu spotting deep with the M4 and a close range MP9. Molotov in, but I think the Molotov is just going to be run through unless the MP9 stops it. Well done. Just one Deagle shot and the rotations coming in. Would take a couple more miracle rounds of bullets. It doesn't seem to be the case. Pava's got the bomb here. If you're going to commit, you're going to have to do it now. Bit of an in and out situation and doesn't happen. No burger this time, just death. And a nice couple of shots from Get Lucky. This time not even with the AWP. As 11 to 9, 666 are building it piece by piece, but that was not the fullest of buys. And neither is this one, but it will at least contain rifles. King waiting for the jump. Oh, spots a hand. Just a little bit of damage and Bloody is going to walk out of that one. He's actually walking out alongside his team towards long. 1 by 1 traded. And now Lucky's over here patrolling with his favorite weapon. They've got the setup for this, but the question is, do Legion commit? It is a bit early, but they don't have any more map control, and HDE is already worried about a flank. Alternatively, how long can they wait in long doing nothing? Will they make 666 doubt themselves? And it seems like they are making the silent exit. As HDE has called it safe to rotate all the way around, and if you can escape to B where there's just one player and it's Cola alone, this could be the moment that seals this map for Legion. Just parking Pokemon, letting him play it. But with that death, things are going to get even trickier. He's died very early. Didn't expect the orb to be patrolling that line. And now, after that Molotov fades out, I think it's going to be a go. Can Cola stand the test of 3 Ts coming his way? They don't know he's here yet, and they didn't seem to have spotted him. It's a 1-for-1, but the rotation took so long. Hold on a second. There could be a moment for a clutch here as HF plants the bomb. 15 seconds left. Just in time. It's the AWP to see it. If that was a rifle, it could have swung and committed, but 2 AWPs on this retake. What is going on? Could this be what lets the entire map collapse for 666? Is 2 AWPs on a retake on B Dust 2? What is happening? A single rifle in that retake, and they can actually swing and do a little bit of damage, prevent the bomb maybe from going down, but allowing the AK to get those headshots. And after all that hard work to come back in on this half as well. HF, nice shots, as you can certainly give him credit, but certainly didn't make it as hard for him as they could have. And it is down to Lucky as well. Just getting a couple shots with the scout now. And this is where, if you track the economic downturn, some of those retakes that they went for 666 that maybe were not the most optimal, this is where it comes down to it. 2 MP9s and a scout rather than maybe some of the fully fleshed out weaponry you would have liked in a round like this. Molotov forces out Walu, swap sides, stuck in the corner. But they don't expect him to be here regardless. Bloody is there to take that frag. And this could be where it ends, unless Cola can make the difference. He's pushed in and taken out one. Actually manages to get out as well, but Lucky's dead in middle. And now it's Rat solo on B. Meanwhile, the rest of his team is scrambling to make it towards him. He knows his time is numbered. And it's in seconds as the flash comes in, as the smoke fades on the hole. Spots close, gets that first one. His team is already here. Well held. And Bloody, the only one left, doesn't even get a shot off. 10 to 12. And it's down to the wire, but this is in range for 666 to take us to overtime. And wouldn't it be incredible for our first map of the quarterfinals to be an overtime banger? Hoping to get these technical issues out of the way, of course. We are back right in the thick of it as our king is immediately spotting, doesn't get the opportunity. 23rd round, will we get a 24th? Will Legion take it with this force down to just AKs, or an AK singular even? Rat shoots early, does only get the one. Cola trades it. He needs to get another here just to prevent things from getting tricky, and things have gotten tricky with the Pokemon Deagle indeed. Hold on a second. Do they not know that Bloody is in the side? Looking around behind him. It's a 1-on-2. Bomb can go down. He plays the fake. And gives away his position, trying to get a spam around the corner. He spots the first. Gets that frag. Is he ready for Arking to be so close? He is ready, but peeks before his gun's even prepared. And it got down to the wire. But Legion are going to have to fight to prevent overtime with scraps and pistols, or it's 666, keeping it competitive and preventing Legion from dictating the entire story of this map with their own comeback in the second half. See what Lucky can do on that trade, and Pokemon with the scout annihilates him. Is this what begins the eco bash? The destruction? Arking! Arking! But they haven't turned around! They didn't turn around to the orb shot! What is going on? What am I watching? Absolute chaos. It's still a 3-on-2. And Cola with the M4 alongside Rat, they've got the situations, the map control to maybe keep this together. 3 towards long, and Pokemon just sitting duck for that M4. Still swings on in again, just letting it happen one by one. Pava now. It's against Rat. It's overtime. or it's Legion winning their opponent's map pick. Opts to pick up the rifle. He's got a minute to play with. Just using all the utility he can. Meanwhile, Rat is just on the other side of the map, but he's peeking towards long. He just held it down in Legion. Legion are indeed the winners of map 1. 13-11, down to the wire. And it's a single clutch. It's a single moment in time and an eco force victory. And 666 are going to be kicking themselves. They're going to now have to take us to Inferno. And will they be able to do the same to their opponent on their opponent's map pick? All that and more, that action will be coming up after this break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
blindsided. High hopes, but they fell away the moment you lied to me. Blindsided, misguided, led astray, trusted too easy. Blindsided, strung out on the smallest string, had me questioning everything. I don't know where I am now. Pedestal I had you on is crumbling down on the ground. It was all illusion. Where do I go now? Don't wanna want you. Why do I want you back? Don't wanna want you. Why do I want you back? Don't wanna want you. Why do I want you back? Don't wanna want you. Why do I want you back? Past that crowded, no one's home. You're scattered all alone. Can't do it on your own. You're scared that all of your screams will fall silent, but just know the second that you close your eyes, I'm bringing you back to life. I'm bringing you back to life. Don't wanna want you. Why do I want you back? Don't wanna want you. I'm bringing you back to life. Don't wanna want you. Why do I want you back? Don't wanna want you. I'm bringing you back to life. Why do I want you back? Why do I want you back? Don't wanna want you. Why do I want you back?
We are live with the pistol round of map 2 of our quarterfinal, Legion versus 666 on that first map, a 13-11 down to the wire, down to a one-on-one clutch was what let Legion win out over 666 on 666's map pick of Dust 2. So now we move on to Inferno, where Legion have picked it, and 666 joined the CT side looking to make a statement of their own. And it's going to be Rat with first contact in towards the apartments. Just creeping and crawling on in. They're already in front of him. He doesn't opt to take a second peek, instead baiting them with the drop. Doesn't actually drop on down, and does get that first shot and a second one as well. Well done from Rat. The bomb retreats. Pokemon maybe reuniting with Pava as he gets one, but it's Cola to trade it on back. And a 2-on-4 would be a hefty task for Legion to pull off in this pistol. It would really break 666's heart. And they do need a strong start, but strong start's what they had in that first map and it didn't pan out. So more consistency is the key, and it seems like that will indeed be the case. Hold on a second. One player dead on the side and another close, and the P250. Things could get tricky now. 1-on-3 time, 1-on-2 as Pokemon's allowed to get the bomb down. Sticks it with impunity. Those rotations coming in through library. Will this pan out for him? Spots it on the cross. Will he realize that there's two players in there? Still looking for alternate options and just can't get the clean shot in. If that was an instant tap, there could have been an opportunity, but instead, it's just the bomb plant. And 666 breathe a sigh of relief as they start out strong on their opponent's map pick. Today we will, of course, be only covering this match on the quarterfinals, I believe, unless there's a different schedule shakeup. But tomorrow, at the same time that we started today, we will have the semifinals begin, and that will go for longer, as we have both semifinals in one day. But it's forced by his Legion. With the bomb plan, of course, you're going to commit and try to make a round happen. Arcking spam through the smoke, gets one clean, but the pistol does not treat him kindly. And it could be an arch wrap, but it could equally just be straight into the A bomb site. But will Legion expect there to already have been two players, or three players rather, with one being removed? Molly in, but Cole is in mini pit. And the spray down is beautiful. Pokemon, though, is trying again to make a clutch happen. This time it would have been technically a 1-on-4, although only for a brief moment. And again, he gets the bomb down, but this time armed with a much better weapon. Already close, but he gets the shot. And now Lucky is sweating. Will Pokemon manage to hide here? Shot fired. Pokemon will have heard that. And he gets the lineup, gets the clutch 1-on-4. Legion pick up that force buy. And 666, I mean, you can't lose the follow-up if you're going to win the pistol. It puts you in a disastrous state economically. And Legion setting themselves up to not go down 0-5 like they did in that first map. Maybe the scoreline won't be so close. Early util in, Lucky with that mag 7. Apex is shedding a tear looking at it. And while hoping for that Deagle to provide some sort of fortune, not today, as the B-bomb side is completely conceded. And not much of a force in, I would like to say that, but it is interestingly a complete force on everyone except Ant King. Of course, he wants the AWP, but will make things curious on this next round. Looking to save these pistols, double dip a little bit. We'll see what these pistols can do. But I don't feel very optimistic, because Legion look to be building momentum off of that close map 1 into a more impressive map 2. Double nade into banana, but nobody's home. All this utility is just breaking the stones. And a 4-man A-lean. The bomb is still undecided, but interestingly, the lack of presence towards B, the absence in banana, may be a bit of a red herring. It may mislead Legion, but with this walk down, the bubble may have burst, and the realization has been given to them instead. This bloody gets an AK headshot to start us off in the action. A minute in, and that's the first contact. Reswing. It's not really working wonders, but they may overlook Art King here. Unfortunately not. While they're jumping on top of the box. Very optimistic. And Rat does get one for his troubles, being the last one in the bomb site. But Legion confidently finish the job. Now that the guns are out, 666 have to make a little bit of a statement, and that's Arc King looking all the way down. I guess, after looking on that first map, I'm not exactly sure who the AWPer is on 666. I've seen both Get Lucky and Arc King use it sort of in equal measure. Maybe they themselves haven't decided it, but it's down to Rat. Flash off, but still gets his first and retreats in time. But there's still somewhat of a presence here. Without King getting that frag. 4 strong towards a bomb site. The bomb is lost. And those audibles won't do you that many favors. Did that Molotov just straight up... Okay, I don't think he threw it. Regardless, the round has petered out. Pokemon just hoping for something, but blinds himself. Still gets the frag. Muscle memory undefeated for him. Hold on a second. There was for a split second, an opportunity. Not to be, and indeed the statement has been made. Didn't get to pick up the AWP, and they can't afford it. And Legion will have a bye in this round. So they're not done being tested, but there is a brief respite, an opportunity to keep it level pegging moving forward. Maybe trying to resolve some technical issues. We are back. And this time around, the B utility allows Legion already to be at the top of Banana. HZ considering lurking through the pillowing smokes, or the billowing smokes. I suppose it's pillowing in the sense that it is soft, but he opts not to do either of those things and instead retreats to the apartments. Meanwhile, the bomb is already quite forward in Banana. It's just trying to find any sort of cheeky angle, and he could get a fight. Art King might give it to him. But with all this spotting, HC is noting a sort of lack of presence. The rotation's being summoned over. The util is bleeding dry as well. Coda has a fast rotate if nobody plays in the apartments, and HC is walking out boiler. It could be on a knife's edge here. It's just 2 towards A, but the bomb again is changing its mind. 35 seconds. If you're gonna go back towards B, you have to really get a move on. There are no more smokes or anything except flashes, so you've got quite a fortunate circumstance in that regard, but that still doesn't mean you can take your time. 20 seconds and you're still at the top of Banana. Any delays here are absolutely catastrophic, and there is already a third player rotating in CT, and 2 frags. Rat is still in, and they haven't seen him yet. He gets a lineup, but can't get more than one. Will the bomb even get planted? Desert are being punched in as we speak, but through the smoke, he gets it, and that's denied. That's the round for 666. Legion unable, and all this faffing about with the bomb back and forth between the bomb sites. A committal on either one would have been fine, but just time being the issue there. And a little bit of panic on their own map pick. Maybe this isn't as clear-cut as it could have been. And 666 firmly in the driver's seat, looking to consolidate that even further with a full buy here. Winning this round would put them on a great course, especially on that CT side. Those full fragged rounds would do you wonders for the economy. HF Tech 9 here could actually catch players off guard, and Pokemon's through the smoke. Hold on a second, there's a bunch of tricky circumstances going on right now. Pokemon is just toying with him. Orb shot rings out. He doesn't quite get the second, but it's impressive to even get that first. Has the bomb been spotted? Or I guess the better question is, what can HF get done here? If he full clears to his right, or even better, the smoke to prevent it from being a problem. Lucky doesn't reveal himself. So this could still be a lost cause, but he doesn't even get the frag. And now Walu's gonna have to clean up that mess, and the big bomb site's been lost, and there's still a lurk all the way behind HZ. Will he even spot the presence? Walu's surrounded, he doesn't even know it. Not as clean as it could have been, but he gets that frag. And that's the lurk gone, and Cola can't do the same. So now 1-on-2, no kit, just an AK and a dream, and it may be time to save, honestly. Even if you knew the positions, you don't have any utility to fish anybody out of these tight corners. And there may be an AWP to save on the other side of the map that could be very tempting. Money not so beautiful for 666 either, and just as there was an opportunity to run away with it, Legion strike back. Brought down to 0, but does have the orb. What can Art King do? Opening peak. Jumps forward, jumps back on the stairs. He goes forward. This could cost him dearly. He gets the first frag, but will he escape in time? Yes, he will. Masterfully done from Art King. And what is a tricky route to start becomes that much easier, especially on Inferno, where you can just turtle up with these lower gun rounds And have the 5-7 play this close range. Will Rat be spotted? Doesn't matter. They're going the other way. Oh, he gets that first one as well. Sticks around. Fights even further. Pokemon goes down. But it's not over yet. Arking is smoked off. And Rat going for the long flank. Meanwhile, a 2-on-5. 2-on-4 rather right now at least. It's taking place. Oh my god, how did Pava get that frag? I have no idea. Your luck, or your guess rather, is as good as mine. As Bloody's looking to get a 1-on-2. He knows the position, but can he get the frags? And it's Arking, just USP headshot. Finishes the job, and the kit is there, so time is not a problem. What could have been a tricky situation, 666 just fished themselves out of with a bout of aggression on the retake. And now it's just a couple of pistols, but not a force down to 0. Legion just hoping to do what they did in the last round of Dust 2. But get lucky. I mean, that was certainly fortunate, but that was much less so. And Bloody actually, with that bonus Galil, could make things a little bit trickier, but that orb should keep things level and indeed in the favor of 666. AG is just hunting for a timing. No one towards short. Rat towards long. I'm not sure if they spotted each other, but... just finding cheeky angles and opportunities. Meanwhile, the bomb is headed towards A. And they're actually fairly armed on the side of Legion. A couple of entries, and this could get tricky, especially since Rat is towards long and is not in a position to hold the side if an attack comes in right now. It's down to Cola. What does Cola see? He's calling it out now. In the bomb side, gets the first. Now they know where he is, but now Rat is there to play. But he's playing a long range angle. Bloody here with that clutch, and he actually is in a position to do some damage now. 30 seconds with the bomb on his back and an AK. Needs the headshots for this round. As the bomb goes down, nobody's in a position to deny it. Oh my god. Again, with the just USP running straight through, seems to be a great plan. Don't let tricky post plants fall into place. Striking the confusion. And it seems like 666 are doing just that. Taking their lead. This time a hard-fought lead, not a 5-0. Deep molly, but nobody is progressing straight through mid. It's more of a second mid situation. But Arking does take significant damage on his banana attempt. Conceding it for now, as well as leaving him only with his health and a smoke. As his teammates rotate towards the A bomb site, which is a very surprising play to make this early on, but the gamble may work out, as the bomb is not committed in that direction either. Loud retreat on the apartment lurk, trying to bait them into HZ. We'll see if this gimmick works out. Not peeking into boiler, but there is aggression down mid. I'm not sure if they'll be expecting this. And there's Bloody to get that first one, and this Rat retreats. Can't quite get caught by the timing. Is a solo defender of the bomb site, but not in a position to rotate all the way around. It's gonna have to be a B take, even though Rat does go down. But no, actually, with the site clear completely, they can just knife out. And given the okay to just go ahead, and the save has been set in stone. Looking at the money, it's only Art King really in the position to buy again. But with Pokemon here to twist the knife even further, will this save even be a guarantee? I don't think so. As we go to Bloody here. Just preventing any further saves, but he could go down himself. Art King reveals the orb's position. He is low on health. Even a single bullet would have been enough in the right location. And not so wealthy themselves, Legion seem to let bygones be bygones, move on to the rest of the half. Another close game on our hands. As the half is even, 2 rounds left. Who will claim these last 2 rounds? Right with the FAMAS. It's a rough buy for 666. In fact, everybody's 2 AWPs, but not the best set of rifles to accompany it. And the boosted AWP could have an opportunity. Doesn't quite get the shot down and is forced to dismantle that setup. Right, just praying for a smoke walk. That would be a free frag for him. But it does not happen. 3 towards A. Bomb non-committal. Top of banana has been given up. So Legion have a bit of a luxury in terms of where they want to go and how they want to pull these rotations around the map right now, with an AWP on either side. Some could say it may not even matter. Lucky is already low. And the nature of that utility should reveal there's at least 2. Hold on a second. HD needs to get that trade. Kohler could have run away with the gun on that one. With a bit of mid-aggression. The Molotov is an interesting choice. HZ was looking forward to maybe taking a peek. With that resmoke on top of banana, it seems like an A play is more likely, as HZ drops utility over to facilitate a site to take. Arking and Rat for Mars and AWP, tag team holding the bomb site, as the AWP playing a more forward position. Trying to play that device highlight reel. Can Art King do it? Moves even further ahead, and it doesn't cost him yet, though. The FAMAS does go down. AWP in the middle of the bomb site. You are doomed, my friend. Just one. Couldn't really have got much more done with that weapon. Needed the initial frag and was bedded out with those jiggles. Walloon out through the smoke. And it's either now or never. You probably should save this. AWP at M4 is not going to be in your hands next round if you don't save. And indeed, they do decide to do so. So Legion taking the 6th round and setting themselves up pretty well for a 7th. It will be another rough buy for 666, who have been sort of plagued by these economic woes. Both teams, because of this back and forth nature, have had a couple of rougher rounds, but Legion just barely have gotten the edge. Two MP9s and a 5.7 alongside that saved weaponry from that round prior. And limited utility as well. 3 kits, but you'll need to get in that position to begin with. And what will you have to have that retake take place? Certainly not very much utility to do so. But on Inferno especially, anything can happen. We appear to be live with the final round of the half. Mid-peak doesn't pan out for Art King this time around. The aggression not in his favor. And already moving forward as well with this porch roof boosted setup. Playing anti-flash. His teammates go down and bloody. An incredible entry path here. Now down to Art King on the bomb site. Jumps past his crosser and he just domes him in the bomb site. And a no-scope onto a rat. What an absolute destruction in this round. Every single opportunity. Legion just destroyed through direct duels and chaos. Not even allowed a final opportunity in this one. And 7-5 is Legion. I mean, spearheaded by Pokemon, of course, consistently. But in that last round, bloody with that incredible entry double. Pistol round is live. Legion winning this would be a great boon in that 2-0 map victory situation, but 555 and no slouches either. 3 towards B, Julie's in position with HF playing forwards and facing first. Getting that first shot as well, and the Julie's swing out. Bloody to get that first frag and a second. Is holding down the trigger for a third, and the bomb is dropped. That's a piss around for Legion, and that's one step closer to a 2-0 for them. Progressing to the semi-finals would be their fate if they do so. Not even a force, really, for 666. Not in a position to do so, and Pava gets that frag. 4-3 just happened around the smokes, down middle. And this time with impunity, this aggression from Legion, just getting confidence built up in spades. He doesn't even really need to see them to inflict damage. The only downside of this, of course, so hold on a second. We could have the Pava ace. Pava could be hunting for the ace. We haven't had one all tournament, I think. Or all match, at least. But Pokemon steals it from him. Legion. This time the guns are out. Oh, okay, I don't think that was meant to go there. Oh, he turns around. Bloody didn't even know where he was, and he still gets that frag. Lucky didn't know what hit him. Seeing that from his point of view, the utility bouncing straight up in the air and just turning around, and there's a player behind you. What a way to begin, and maybe even begin the end of this map. 666 are going to have to shift into their second gear and level up if they are to make progress. 3 towards A already as the bomb is headed this way. HF tucked in the site itself. Meanwhile, Pav is in between the pits. Just waiting for the penny to drop. Util out. First contact, but he goes down. HF to get that kill back needed more, and it's not to be the case, but AZ fighting. It's still a 1-on-2 at the end of the day. King has the bomb, has an opportunity, but the rotation is relatively fast. Will he predict this? It doesn't seem like he's ready for it, but maybe he is now. But around the corner, Bloody and Pokemon have already escaped, and they're both towards long now, but the AWP is a perfect weapon for this kind of angle, and they haven't smoked him off at all. First frags out of the air, plucks him, Pokemon. And now behind the angle, things could get tricky, but the bomb is not covered by this utility. Nade in, but he misses the shot, tagged down quite a bit. He's sticking it, he's sticking it, he's sticking it, and he doesn't commit. Or he does, rather. That's what loses the round for him. Glock just enough to get the job done, and Legion don't run away with it. Instead, now I have to buy down to 0. These rounds have been a little close. And so 666, both teams buying pretty much to their limit. Whoever wins this, a swing round for the rest of the half. Right with the MAC-10. Where does he go with it? King just fiending for that shot, and he's given it again with these openings. We've seen him time and time again go for these, not afraid to be in the mud, dirty with it. Gets the job done. And now trying to get that space back, encroaching in towards mid. Smoke, but they're ahead of it, and arcing again. But will they expect Parva here? They may not, but he gets that first frag. He doesn't turn around for the second, but he hears the bullets whizzing past his ears. And now it's HF still tucked into the brackets. He is also allowed to retreat. 3 on 4, and they're fighting for every inch of space here. Nobody's even in the B bomb side. They've given that up. It could be a both teams rotate away situation. It could just be a handshake save agreement. Do 666 expect this full rotation? So many players were just in towards A. Seems like they may have read it exactly as written. And the more empty space they find towards A, the easier it will be to just commit to that. What would be disastrous here would be an arch wrap. So close, and yet not close enough. But it seems like they've got the right idea with 30 seconds on the clock. And Legion will have to save. No way to retake this. And the long journey begins with this bomb plant. Will be a 9-7. 666 not looking to hunt any further. Nobody's running in with that MAC-10 ram. I'm surprised he isn't going for it. It makes a lot of sense for him at least to be hunting and running around without a care in the world, jumping these corners, but not to be the case. And Legion will have a good opportunity in this next one, but it depends on how much they commit. They are indeed buying around these rifles. No AWP in sight, of course. They'll need to do a lot of saving to get that one in, or could just pluck it off of Lucky's corpse if they win the round. Interesting choice. Maybe breaking the pod gives them extra luck. Either way, Parva's forwards in apartments. Molly, but it's really just to obscure the aggression as they are crunching the apps. Cola's tucked in behind or under the balcony on the T side. Second mid. Flash in, and they're loud about this, making no secret about how deep they are in apartments. But despite all this, they haven't gotten a frag, and they have wasted a hell of a lot of utility. They better be sure of these positions, because they don't have a single smoke left unless they've dropped one somewhere on the map. It's gonna have to be stand and fight. And Pokemon with the boost, he's got the right idea, but he can't get a clean line. Lot of damage, but no frag. And they may have to retreat from this, but he walks away. But they should know that there's a second player here. It was a boost after all. Depending on how obscure the vision was, they should at least guess. Because of that, they are committing with the reboost. Oh no. Still committing to it is brave. But the jiggle, I don't think will serve you well. You're going to fumble this movement here. You should just hold the angle if you're going to commit to a off position like this. Jiggling is just going to make it much harder for you. Gets that first frag, still sticks around for it. Pokemon stand and fight to the next level. They need to hold this one together. The MP9 and the rifle tag team duo here, and HF deals with the lurk. Just back and forth. Now it's Bloody alone, but it doesn't matter. The job's been done. Hold on a second. You don't want to let Arc King get too tricky with it. Enough time to get the bomb planted, not enough time to deny it. Through the smoke, he gets that first frag. Oh, he nearly retreated as well, but just clipped on the edge of the fountain, stubs his toe. And that will be Legion getting a 10th round. And it did come down to the wire. Could have been a little bit messier, but did mention the opportunity of a swing round and how they would get the orb. Both have come true in the same round. Orb has been gifted to HF, and you don't want that to be the case this deep into a half. HF can pull off some miracles. But still, Art King is not ready to give this one up. We'll see if he takes his deep line. Orb on Orb duel just not meeting each other, and shall the twain never meet? Indeed. Spam doesn't significantly hurt anybody. But the nade could have led to more. It doesn't, but it could have. Very early resmoke as well. Could have waited a little bit on that one. Could have just stood and fought, but they really want the control over towards Beeb, especially because they have this 3-man alien. You want to bait a little bit. HZ drops that util. Unfortunately, the balcony ledge is on the other side of the fence, so you're going to have to jump for that, but regardless. Will HZ expect that they're already so close and short, though? I'm not sure they're ready for this. Yeah, util's out, but they're right in front of you, my friend. HF Orb not in its best position at all. HZ is going to have to do the fighting alone now and completely take it out. What was the side hold? Complete collapse. Not ready for the short presence to be so forward so quickly. And Bloody even going with this as a fool's errand. I'm not sure what he's doing here. Maybe looking to grab some utility, some weaponry. Reveals himself. Maybe a lucky headshot would have changed his mind, but it's gonna have to be the run and hide. And I mean, Arc King is having a day, let's just say that. I have a quick scoreboard check, 25 and 10. But it's gonna have to do more. That's the trouble of it. Is that we're not even in a 666 advantage situation despite all that. Lucky is having a rough day in the office. Meanwhile, Legion is sort of across the board. Nobody's really letting the whole team down. Of course, you have Pokemon doing what he does best. But at least a moment of respite from this constant chaos with only an AK in tow. And a couple of smokes here. Things could get tricky. The AK is in a good position for it. Hold on a second. Things could get tricky. Things could get very dangerous indeed. And now those USPs are going to be hunting for that weapon. Oh, just it could have been a flick too soon. AG's looking for it. Hoping for that gun to be in his zone. Oh, the USB headshot. Oh, no. Oh, things could be real bad. This gun is still in a position to do damage. 2 AKs now. And with that smoke on top of Banana, they know the AK's towards A, but they don't know what's going on at B. And with that utility, do they just call the bluff or do they run into the gun? The round should be secured. It should be almost impossible for Legion to get into a position of victory. And yet, Kit's been picked up, Flash has been picked up, and there's an AK on HF's back. And a second one, which could be saved over at top mid or could be used on the retake. But Pokemon's gonna have to do something first, and no smoke. Or will there be one? It seems like there will be, but that could be the Pokemon's benefit. He actually could have gotten a headshot there as well. Any other weapon, maybe he peeks in and does damage, but that actually has allowed HF to be this close. Now going for this, I mean, is sort of a why not situation. You're gonna have a buy next round anyway. At this point, the rounds are worth so much, but Lucky gets up to 5. And 666 get up to 9. Kitted out before for Mars is not exactly the optimistic buy you'd hope to take this map with. 2 of them in B, 2 of them in A. Oh, Bloody's blind, but so are his opponents, and he walks forward through the utility but can't quite get the frag. And with that smoke, it's a pseudo reveal of how many people are towards B. He's calling for aid. And HF is answering, but immediately pulling back. 666 doing a good job of keeping Legion rotating, but not overcommitting. But you have to make good on this. You've done well enough. You've put yourself in a position to go 10-10 with that opening frag. Pokemon's clearing up the corners. And if he gets tucked into cover here, he could actually get some frag. But they're watching for his smoke walk. Are they? Are they watching for it? He gets away with murder there. Absolute murder. And he hears and sees that there's a lot more coming. And so the rotation's coming in. The flash isn't very good. And the utility against him is, but he still gets a headshot. He still actually does a lot of damage. And Cole has been tagged down as well. This retake is plausible. There's no kit in play, so you need to play ahead of the util. You can't let this one just go down to time. Because if it does go down to time, I don't think that Legion have a chance in the retake. No utility. Just FAMAS and a dream. But it is a 3-on-3 and you're there on time. You've done what you can. And 3 strong towards Coffin could actually be the play, especially as the smoke fades. You just need to clear out the angles in time. First is done, and unfortunately the crossfires are pretty much optimal and there's no time for this. HF is fumbling around. You're not even going to get out of this one, buddy, but nice try. And what you can do is get a little bit more damage in for 666 as they hang around. One down, but don't think it will be a problem. And it seems like 666 are going to be afforded an 11th here as well. They're going to be giving up the lead as long as Legion are still playing for regulation. Buying down significantly here. It will be a couple of pistols. It will maybe be an MP9 if they're feeling generous, but just 5.7s and a couple of nades. Nade stack down mid. It's kind of a classic. Nothing came of it, but one bit of damage. Arking hangs around after the nade stack clears and gets hit by the reservation nade, left for those who dodged the first. No banana presence at all for 666, which is interesting. Maybe afraid of banana utility in a low buy round. But now rotating towards the B stack, I mean, look at this. They are encroaching upon absolutely nothing. Nobody's even here. And just now clearing out the position. Molotov to flush out a location where nobody is. And Arkin gets his 27th frag. And Lucky is allowed to farm up some more. But he's tagged down. So don't want to give away too many weapons. He retreats. And that should be the end of this round for sure. Lucky, turn around, my friend. They're behind you. One Deacon, Bloody's eyes. Yep, I knew it. I knew there was one. But no more than that, I'm afraid. And unless HF wants to go glass cannon mode, there will be no open this full buy from Legion. He's debating it right now. And it has been made. The glass cannon is equipped. HF needs to find that impact quickly. And so where does he play his trade? Not early on. Of course, one nade would really mess up his aim. An Arc King. Oh, hold on a second. There's a bit of aggression. Bloody is just running it straight down Banana. And dodges all the spam, meanwhile giving it straight back to Lucky, who's really unfortunate, but Arc King has gotten the mid entry and is just walking straight through their smoke, does not care at all. HD, will you peek? Will you punish this? How have you not swung yet? Oh my god, you nearly let Arc King just adjust on you, but in the meantime, the bomb site has almost been given up. It's Pava here, but Pava and Pokemon are actually holding this together. He gets the first, he's almost in a position to get the second, but his teammates are rotating in the meantime, and that is a job well done from Legion. As again, it goes down to the wire, but again, it's Legion as the half and the map gets close to completion. And as we're guaranteed a full 24-round map, it's Legion once again to be fighting. I mean, I started with the banana damage, but that A-hold was really just incredible work, aggression, and well-timed peaks as well, but 666 are going to be kicking themselves. Although it was but a momentary lead. But now with this Orb anti-flash tag team duo, HF and Pokemon, HF is struggling a little bit, but 23 and 14 Pokemon behind those doors, the sandbags rather, to assist you. But they're not going to be seeing any action. 666 setting up as a minute is passed on the clock. 50 seconds to get into the A bomb site. Seems to be where they're going. Seems to be where their fate will be decided. Bloody's debating on the timing of that Molotov. If he chucks it into the apartments right now, it could be an absolute disaster, but he's looking towards short instead. Zap's pop could be an absolute mess. Hold on a second here. He makes the right choice in the nick of time. Pava gets one, but it's not quite the hold you'd expected. Bloody goes down. 3 on 3. HD, you need one. He can't get one. Rat does incredible work. Oh, hold on a second. That lineup, it looked accurate, but I don't think it was an LOS. And are they going to go for this? They don't really have the money to be buying next round. If they lose their weapons here, then fighting for overtime is going to be very difficult. HF just hoping for some freebies, hoping for anything. They have a kit. And Pokemon got hot hand right now, so you might want to feed that in. He's looking for any opportunity, anything at all. Oh, what a shot. But the orb goes down. It's going to be a 1 on 3. Turn 1 on 2. And he doesn't even make it past the entryway. And it's going to be a real rough buy for Legion to be fighting for overtime. Oh, I'm hearing chatter. We may not be live. Rough time to not be live in the last round of the map. Presumably last round. Last round in regulation for sure. They're scraping together a half decent buy. I'm not sure how I feel about these, the FAMAS, the FAMI, for plural, or the FAMASI. What's your go-to FAMAS plural? Type it in the chat as we go into this 24th round. Will Art King pull out the final carry? Bloody's fighting tooth and nail to just maintain top banana control, but the nade finishes off the spam damage. And Art King, who's been carrying this entire time, is forced to watch a 4 or 5 for overtime. Hand in the air, just fighting from the back foot at 666 in round 24. Pokemon just jiggle spotting. Oh, the jiggle spotting is finally what costs him, and Bloody's alone on the bomb side, but 666 aren't there to punish, and because it's the AWP, Lucky doesn't feel like pushing forwards on his own. If that was a rifle, he could just clear these angles himself, but feels apprehensive, and because of that, Bloody's just allowed to stay here. And because of that as well, there's a push coming in through second mid damage done. One frag and HF retreats. 3 on 3. And I don't even think they know what's going on as the rotation's coming in. Is she just clearing out apartments? There could be a straggler, but doesn't seem like there is. And just one nade for the utility on the CT side, so no blocking util. Molotov's blocking Bloody, but he's still alive. And the FAMAS transfer, we're going to overtime. How has this happened? What a trajectory. And this time it's Legion to fight for overtime and not cancel it with their own victory. And we could still be in for a 2-0 if the Legion can bring it out in OT. This time around, of course, extra money. HF is immediately into that AWP with all his luxuries. Into the apartments he goes, but there's already players pretty close by. Doesn't matter, HF, when he's afforded that freedom, he can do anything. And right into the trap as Pava receives the next player to chase him. The 1-2 setup is working wonders in Legion, already looking active and alive in overtime. 666 gonna have to fight a 3-on-5 just to make their presence known. Or will it just be a deflated 666? Can't get anything done down the stretch. HF is in position. As is Pava, a bit more of a jiggle spot sort of situation for him. You do always want to be moving, even as a CT, and HF has got the right idea here, but could be a matter of timing. Rat's looking for his own kind of angle. Unfortunately, won't be able to find any tricky situation, but HF is pushing forwards on the utility. They don't expect it. Lucky falls. And now just Walu left. 105. I don't think it's going to happen, and HF is activated in overtime. 3 in the round, all in different angles and positions, just dancing around the map. This time plying his toe towards Banana, always dynamic, HF. And looking to peek in already. Pava's just peeking on. Arking not ready for it. And he's had this insane map until now. but often people will remember the final impression you left him with. And it's unfair, but he's gonna have to carry a little bit harder because the performance isn't coming from the rest of his team right now. Rad is active and he's in the mix, but nobody else is doing what he's doing right now in terms of output. Bomb is undecided. They're gonna have to pick that one up sooner or later. Oh, never mind. Never press tab to look at your scoreboard and you'll have the confidence to peek anybody. 9 and 18, but Lucky still gets the opening frag and Pokemon is tucked in the corner with nowhere to go but fight. And we've seen this one before. He has fought. He didn't even pull the trigger. What is going on? Is he playing the ultimate trigger discipline? Rat didn't even realize that there was a possible player there, but Lucky still gets that frag. HZ's just playing by Lucky. This is your round, my friend. Silent this entire series, but I was calling out the rest of the team, and in Art King's absence, you needed to get lucky, and get lucky you did. Retake is still a possibility if an instant shot comes through, and Pava is handed with that AK, but Lucky again, ready for the ace in fact, but no luxury to hunt for it as well. It finishes the job in 13-13, 666 on going down without a fight. Trying to take their opponent's map pick, do what was done to them and bring us to a third in what has been an incredibly close matchup. No breaks for us, right back into the action. HF, relatively strong Beely this time around. HF maybe going for an entry path or just towards short, holding down the fort. And Bloody's down a banana as we've seen before, but nobody's there to contest him or receive his spams through smoke. Interestingly, not really opting to hold in these off angles after a deep smoke. In fact, it's interesting that Bloody just walks it back, even letting that deep smoke fade, but not contesting it at all. We've progressed into brackets control being taken by 666. But it's only brackets control. Flash on in, but nobody's really there to receive it. And they'll know that right now. And there's no info plays on the brackets side over towards A either, so this take is coming out of the blue. I'm not sure that smoke is enough to stop it, but it may have just arrived in time if Bloody can walk out of this one. Oh, where is Bloody? Oh, where is Bloody? Oh, there's a team kill going on, and Pokemon is still alive in the bomb site. Our King's been team killed at a crucial juncture of overtime. And a 4-on-3 retake bomb will go down. There is some utility, but it is very lacking. The windows I've opened up, you can flash through them. But it's Pokemon to go down first. They know that Lucky's back here, but they don't have anything that they can do about that. Just hoping, praying for an off angle. Pava just flicking back, forth, up, down, left, right, and they finally do it. They finally do it, but it's not enough. And HF, it would have to be right now, and I don't think that spray is going to be taking you to a round win. As 666 actually win out the first overtime half. It's looking optimistic. And in Ant King's absence, the rest of his team are finding moments, and especially, I mean, Lucky has had a great resurgence after some pretty bad numbers in that regulation round set. Now 666 on the CT side just need 2 to finish this right here, right now. But Legion could win 3 in a row here and end the series for good. But after all this fighting that 666 have done, don't you think we deserve a third? That's what everyone's thinking, except, of course, Legion right now. And Legion's fans. Cola's playing close to the molly, trying to play some mind games this late into the series. Flash in, and it's a well done peek. Rat to have the assist on that one. As these sequences, which is going to be the difference maker this deep into overtime. Arc King as well on their CT side, going for those dynamic openings. 3 on 5. It's going to be difficult for Legion to get anything done here, but Pokemon is starting us off as he means to go on, but Arc King is not stopping today. Pava 1 on 3. It's not going to be easy. That nade is about as good as it could have been, but you're going to need a little bit more than that HE to win this round. Stuck in the bomb site. Nobody's peeking him, which is concerning. Because he's allowed to get one for free. They just let Cola die. And he's faking. Oh my god, could he actually do it? Could he do the 1 on 3? He's put it. He just doesn't do it. It was so close. I thought he had that flick for a second there. Maybe I overreacted a little bit, but that was just the margins. But for once, Legion, these clutches don't go their way. And this means that they're going to have to win 2 more to take us to further overtime, or 666 to win out a map and take us to map number 3. Arcing back on the CT side, looking dynamic, looking activated again. As if we needed to say it from him, of course. 32 and 19. Walking through the deep banana smoke. What is Legion's plan here? We've seen this before. We know about HZ in the apartments. So did 666 at this point. The question is, can he find the timing regardless while the top banana smoke fades? And another one has been thrown out. Pivot in. He spots it out, but he can't quite get the position to do so. He still gets 1 for 1. Ant King down, valuable head to be taking at this point, but the bomb is not rotated at all. Neither did 666. So 2 on 4 on the B bomb site right now as the rotation is coming in, as Rat is rushing to help his team out. Lucky, I think he is boosted in here, but it's hard to see. But his teammates have gone down. Rat gets a kill, trade through the smoke. Lucky, it's all on you right now. Your teammates rotating through the coffins. Can you get anything done? No, he can't. Dies in the drop down, and Rat also falls down to Cola 1 and 3. He's not even anywhere close to doing it. At this point, picking up the orb, maybe a double orb setup to get one final gimmick in, but Legion, one of the 2 rounds necessary to get us to another overtime. At 666, you could feel the desperation there. Everybody was just looking for the final push to finish the round. But you can't succumb to desperation at a time like this. And yeah, what was a 13 to 11? The top right, the map score thing is a little bit bugged, as you can see, but the gist of it is being explained. But the important thing is what's in front of you right now is the 15-14 round. Will Legion win this one out? Is there a heroic moment left in 666 to take us to a 3rd map right here, right now? Even if Legion do win this, there's still a chance for either team to win the next overtime, of course. It would just be prolonging play, pushing the deciding factors forwards. And this tag team setup in the apartments right now is not being pressured at all. In fact, there's nobody even close by, but How long does it stay in place? If HZ decides to walk forwards at this juncture, he could be giving away the frag that collapses these dominoes. It's a matter of timing. And Art King's patience wins in the end. HZ finally goes down. They knew he was coming for the apartments this whole time. But there is only a two-man hold towards B. So if this B take happens right here, right now, it may not matter. And I'm surprised that Rad is this paranoid about a lurk through long. I mean, I guess it makes sense and could be a quick rotation regardless, but the site players do need the assistance. Lucky, you've had a nice resurgence in overtime. Will you get more than one here? You've been allowed quite a berth in positioning, and that's... Oh my god. Oh, it's looking likely, and it is indeed 666 to take us to that second or third map, rather. Down to the wire again, one round between it every single time. 13-11 on map 1, 16-14 on map 2. Map 3, Nuke the Decider. Will 666 be able to take this map win and use it as fuel for the third? Will we get another close banger? Or will Leisure come out on top? All this and more coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere, we will be right back.
I'm bringing you back to life. Hearts that got it, no one's home. You're scattered all alone, can't do it on your own. You're scared that all of your screams will fall silent, but just know the second that you close your eyes. Don't wanna want you. Why do I want you back? Don't wanna want you. Why do I want you? I'm bringing you back to life. Don't wanna want you. Why do I want you back? Don't wanna want you. Why do I want you? I'm bringing you back to life. That caught it, no one's home. You're scattered all alone, can't do it on your own. You're scared that all of your screams will fall silent, but just know the second that you close your eyes. I'm bringing you back to life. I'm bringing you back to life. Don't wanna want you. Why do I want you back? Don't wanna want you. I'm bringing you back to life. Don't wanna want you. Why do I want you back? Don't wanna want you. The second that you close your eyes, I'm bringing you back to life. Don't wanna want you. Why do I want you? I'm bringing you back to life. Don't wanna want you. Why do I want you back? Don't wanna want you. Why do I want you? I'm bringing you back to life.
flame that burns to black. And everything I knew I loved dissolves each passing day. Time that's never coming back. Scraping at the walls until my fingers start to bleed. Stain the whitewash crimson red. Mustering the will to scream, but I can't even see through all the shadows in my head. The walls are closing in around me. And all the lights keep burning out. Ring out the church bells where you found me. And take me home. Take me Maybe I lost my way. Maybe you had gone too far. I had nothing left to say. We had left ourselves in the dark. So tell me this, if we left the pieces where they fell, will we have a lot to lose from lying to ourselves? All the times you said to me, the feeling that you felt, we lost it, we lost it. Can we get back the love we had? Get back the love we had? Or are we in love with what we lack? Get back, to get back. Baby, you had gone too far. I had nothing left to say. We had left ourselves in the dark. Can we get back?
And we are back with the deciding map. We're on Nuke. Map 3 of 666 versus Legion. Legion starting on the CT side this time around, so this thing needs to be swapped. Give me a second. We've been here before. Here we go, as HF is starting us off strong already. With 666 in the bomb site, but the bomb is headed lower. And in a 4-on-4, HZ already coming from ramp. He is accompanied, of course, by his team, Piecemeal. Bloody and Pava joining him, and aggression inside HZ taps on one. Can't exactly get the cleanest shot in, but the trades are coming through. Unfortunately, not very well for Legion. That initial shot, a little bit rough, a little bit spammy, and so 666 pick up the pistol round. On the T side of Nuke, there is a big get. And Legion are going to have to make up for it. In fact, immediately going in with that force buy. Got Pokemon in Garage with that scout looking to do some damage. Relatively strong hold, all things considered. We got the MP9 towards ramp, looking like the weapon for the job. And a resmoke of Squeaky. There is a moment of aggression. Bloody could find a forward peak on this. In fact, is opting to be inside hut. 5-7. It's the weapon you want for this range, of course, but bed and switch setup as well with Pava holding long range. Pokemon not spotting anything outside. It is a take from the lobby. And Pava goes down, but at least one for his troubles, as everybody else not doing so well. HF's rotation, hold on a second, things are getting trickier. 3-on-2 now, but the jumping Mac 10 is enough. Dink done into Pokemon as well. He's lucky to be alive. 30 seconds is plenty of time to reposition towards B as well, and feet touch the bottom of the vents. As 666 should have this round, but a couple of good shots from Legion could have things looking a little bit different. And the nade is aptly placed, but he didn't expect it to be so close. Unfortunately for Pokemon, nobody's in one-shot range, and that Molotov makes things even more dangerous, as Rat has a great time in this round, saving his team by just jumping at every single opportunity. If you weren't here for the first two maps, you missed some absolutely incredible back-and-forth barn burners, 11-13 and 16-14, winning each other's map picks, 666 and Legion. This time around, it's just a couple of pistols, not anything crazy to invest for Legion. Pokemon, I don't think he even spotted the cross by Walu. So that's going to be a free piece of entry into Secret. Not that it really makes a drastic difference right now. It's just going to be a thorn in their side. He opts instead to go towards Garage. Maybe waiting his timing. He's expecting a secret rotate after the YouTube, but Pokemon genuinely just doesn't know that there's a player that's crossed. So this could be a matter where Pokemon just makes noise and it's a turnaround and bullet to the back of the head deal. HG's in a good position, and this Molotov did not clear out Pava. So there's a real opportunity here for things to go awry. Pokemon could also find a timing to swing out. Pava getting 2 on the P250. He lines it up. It takes him a little bit of time, but it happens, and Walu gets the backstab, but things are looking dicey as HF gets another frag, and it's down to Rat with the clutch on 4 health. A single bullet could take him out, and he knows they're rushing his position. The nade, I mean, I don't even know if he had time to pull that one out. It's the right idea, but just didn't have the health to make that kind of play, and even if he did, was caught with his pants down. So Legion with that, basically with nothing but a couple of pistols and maybe some bad util and diligence in clearing. I mean, it was a T-side molly. You had no excuse not to chuck it in the right position to full clear, or at least know where it can't fully reach. And Legion are going to be grateful for that leg up. What would have otherwise been a 3-0 start, in 666 running away with it on T side. And HF starting as he means to go on, opened his hands and immediately taking control of ramp. Bunch of angles, crossing back and forth. That shot was actually miraculously not on. And Flash affords his exit as well. So it's going to be a freebie for him and no outside presence at all. So just a bunch of players in the lobby. Spam nearly connecting for Bloody as well. Looking to reposition now. Have enough time, but not the utility to do so. So it's going to have to be either dry outside. Oh my. Now that was a complete... That was the strayest of stray bullets. I would have hit the tab and check him profile if you shot me like that. But a 4-on-5 as time ticks down. Lucky does get 1 frag. They have the outside wrap. The jump was acquired. Bloody's tucked in, but the Molotov into his position. He doesn't finish the job, actually. That makes it real tricky for the side players. Pava's going to have to pull off a miracle round. And 2-on-1 now. It's Rat again in the clutch. But this is a little bit more winnable, if not for the fact that he doesn't have bomb control, but they're behind him. Does he know? Does anybody know? The backstab could be completely lethal here. Spots the first, but there was a player behind him as well. The flank was being flanked. And Pokemon, HF doesn't even go down in that situation, so they actually save the AK and the AWP forwards. 666, I mean, from the first 2 rounds to these next 2, it's a real change of form for 666. Those are rounds that will make your head spin. So you want to make sure you're in the right headspace. I mean, this pause I don't think is the timeout from the teams, of course, but 666 should at least take a breather in this. Realize that, you know, while this round you can't buy, 2 rounds already on the T side, you still have the opportunity to build up maybe 4, maybe 5. Temper your expectations and go into this final map. As you were mere rounds away from being, you know, eliminated 2-0. Now having this chance to go 2-1 and win the series. Alternatively, of course, you can look at it from Legion's perspective, having the fumble and then another fresh mindset and a reset necessary. The number of times these teams have had to reset over the course of this series has been numerous. And it's a 2-2 as we go into round number 5 with HF still having the AWP. Should be farming season, but you have to be careful around those deagles. We've seen what Rat can do. Not very much utility though, so it's gonna be dry. And you don't want to go in dry in most situations. Looks like a good nade to me, but they run straight past it and into the loving arms of HF's AWP. HZ takes the damage for him, but kill's a kill. And then Bloody and Pokemon just patrolling the outside, just dealing with these stragglers. Oh, there we go. There's the rat deagle that we know and love. Not sure how much more it can really convert into. Oh, he got deagle peaked by the AWP. HF is on one right now. 11-2, round number 6. We could be on for 30 kills. Depends on how close this game is. Legion just figuring out who's going where as the guns come out for 666. First full gun round, I believe, with the AWP and all the trappings. Of course, no AWP on 666 side. They've been wanting for cash, trying to scramble after these 3 in a row, I think, from Legion. And where does HF apply his trade in this round? Already rotating to secret, as you can see from that pivot. He's quick with it. But meanwhile, his team is going to have to hold down the fort. Pokemon. Oh, the lineup! The lineup. He's gifted 2 kills right there. And Bloody does his job. Now it's a 1-on-3 turned 0-on-3 as HZ pushes through ramp. And it was just all hinging on whether Pokemon was cleared, and rather than being cleared, he just gets a lineup for free. And it's really, so many of these rounds are just resting on a couple of decisions by these players, you know. One flash into mini, a pop flash to just clear out everything, and he wouldn't have gotten maybe even a single frag. But it's these single flashes, these elements that distinguish, you know, the winning team and the losing team. Oh, miss Molotov, but it could be one of those on-purpose bait situations. You never want to call him out on this one. HZ not in a position to refrag on that one. Is already pushed back off of ramp. The Tech 9s are aggressive right now in this low-buy round. He's being pressured. He's begging for rotates already, but they're not fully on his position yet. Meanwhile, outside, Bloody is having his own little fight. Doesn't finish the job. In fact, trading blows with him, but does a good enough job. And Cole is sort of stuck here now. Doesn't know if he wants to go in, wants to go back and try and fight for heaven. Either way, it's not looking pretty. But his teammates are rejoining him. And together, this 3-on-5 with pistols, this motley crew is going to have to figure out how to get this job done. And that's one way to start. It is only HZ back here. Now, he's in perhaps the best position to be. Dancing back and forth. No util to really cancel him out. But he is being peppered, and coming to the spray is not the best thing because you're going to run out of ammo. But doesn't matter if you've got the pistol to do the job. Bloody's already out here. The bomb is definitely not going to get planted. That's a ridiculous idea unless you kill him. And ironically, then he could have gotten the bomb down, but it was out of position. So things got much more expensive than they had any reason to be. But the round was still Legion's, and we were sort of gearing up with that pistol win, 666, to have another strong start, especially on the T side of Nuke. But Legion have just, every step of the way, in no small part thanks to HF's performances, really turned the tides on this conversation. And this could be towards the end of this series, we could be in that moment where 666 have run out of steam. Art King, insane performance, but now 0-7 with the AWP in his hands. 2 AWPs on the T side. Esoteric. What are they trying to do? But nothing's really worked so far. As soon as Legion got their boots stuck in, it's been nothing but success for them. So I don't blame a little bit of experimentation. But 2 AWPs on Nuke especially, I don't know. I don't know what to feel. Art King loud about it, trying to distract. It's what you do on the CT side, certainly, with your second AWP, is pretend that it's somewhere else. And then use the unheard AWP in a location of surprise. But He's going for those highlight clip wall bangs sort of offhandedly. Through the smoke, bloody goes, and the timing maybe couldn't be better. But he could also get caught off guard by his own timing, but 2 frags there is outrageous. That's a ludicrous play. And Pokemon's there to receive, it doesn't even really matter. Get lucky. Not looking very lucky after all. He's trying to go for some crazy shots, but it's going to be absolutely nothing. And the anti-lineup, both on the screen, gets neither an Arc King. I mean, at this point, saving the orb is the best bet, but that's a real depressing way for things to shake out here. Still guns in, but 666 are running out of hope at this point. Looking for any avenue to find an opening. HF is watching this. The duel is again won by HF, who is on a streak right now. Not ready to lose a single fight. And already HZ is down, repositioning. Leaving ramp open though. Is HF aware of this? He's communicating it now, but he may be caught off guard here, not realizing that ramp could really just be as open as it is. Oh, he was caught completely off guard. The rotation has led to a real gap. Will this cause things to go off kilter? He's in a position he's been in before, and he again commits to sprays instead of tapping. And it's only the one, as the bomb is lower and can be planted in this 3-on-3. Is 666's best chance yet for a round. They're losing the player on the lurk, and they lose the player in control. And the door hitch has actually revealed his position there. That's a terrible way for that. Everybody one by one dying, no cohesion, individual plays, nobody's holding in the right spots. 666, they get into a position for a bomb plant and just fumble at every opportunity. There's Pava with 1, but the torment does not end here. Another shot. I mean, Poe, they're just ripping him apart here. It's Arc King again left alone. Can't even tame the glow spray for 1. It's just complete destruction now. Now with this gun round, it's got to have the pivotal moment, but it can't if HF keeps doing stuff like this. Pipping him before he even lands. Corpse lands instead of the body of a living T-sided player. And HF, alongside Pokemon, not letting a single player cross outside right now. These smokes. Surprised they haven't been spammed yet. Peek on in. Pokemon is still tucked in garage here, though. Oh, he commits to the spray a little early and his crosshair's not in the right place and he gets taken down. Things could get a little hairy now in this 5-on-3 turn 3-on-3. As they go down secret and nobody's there to receive him just yet. HZ is ready to run down ramp. And he's actually kind of ahead of this play. If he can tuck into dark here, he's actually opting elsewhere. He gets the first. And bloody timing of this door open is everything. And it's exactly when it needed to be. And it's again Rat in a clutch. Bomb not in his control. 30 seconds. Knows roughly where they are, but what are you going to do about it? Hold on a second. They're kind of giving him the fight here. Bloody just ran out for no reason. I don't really get it, but Pava prevents that from being an embarrassing moment, and instead it's Legion 9-2 up. It looks like it's going to be a bit of a ramp rush. HF is already ready to receive it. Doesn't hit the flick, but his teammates are there, and he finally cleans it up after HZ gets 2. Final player left towards the ramp. He's missing a couple shots here, and he's afforded an opportunity. Holding a second Rat. Could be a little sneaky yet. Would be a 1-on-4. Not letting time be his enemy this time. But he's, again, with these fakes, always worried about the extra presences. Can't quite get in a safe position for it. But with all these fakes, he's bought time for his opponents to be in a retake position. In this 1-on-2, he has a rough idea, but doesn't know that they're both ramp. Or at least were both ramp. But he also, through inaction, has obscured his position. And there's a lot of time here. He doesn't need get another fake. I mean, this is paranoia gameplay. This is not knowing where your opponents are. Again, I'm gonna lose my mind. This is like playing Five Nights at Freddy's. Are you okay? I'm actually gonna lose my mind. What is happening? What is he doing? This is right in a 1-on-2. Okay, lock in. Right in a 1-on-2. We can do this. Can he do this? That's the question. He needs headshots. He agrees. Low health. Commits to the sprays. Oh, it could have been miraculous. He could have got the headshot before dying to the Molotov, but Pava taps him out instead. Jacksonator is on feet. A little bit of BM and Arking. I mean, the upswing, downswing is absolutely crazy. It's almost a 30 bomb in that last map, I believe. Even more than 30 kills. To now going 1-11 at a crucial juncture. In the first 2 rounds, combined then with a string of 10 from Legion, is not going to bode well. This around, dare I say, mandatory 666 to get anything done here. 3 in towards A. You got Art King watching outside, trying to redeem himself right now. Lucky's trying to wrap around the secret and help him out. Just sitting in the vents for now, though. But it's going to be a full presence in lower, and nobody's even remotely rotated to address this possibility. Lucky is here now, but he doesn't know that they're right behind him. Hold on a second. 666 really not doing themselves any favors here. Caught completely off guard by the presence of 5 T's down in lower, except for the one that's given them an even bigger thorn in their side. HZ and HF, the letters align, and it spells defeat for 666. Oh dear. That was not pretty. And these shots, I mean, if Bloody's hitting shots like that, it's not going to be a nice day in the office. As Legion are 2 rounds away from finishing the job, winning 2-1 and booking their semi-final spot. Lucky with the scout. Anything goes at this point. Spots a player. Bloody's been, you know, squatting a little bit. He's got his legs out here. He's going to have to do a little bit more than that, Lucky, to get around. Is he aware of the presence to play on top of Mini? It may not matter. The wraparound comes through. He hits the shot. He hits the no-scope. 3 shots connected so far, but the spam is good enough. 4 on 4, 666. Ironically, one of their best chances yet to win a round despite everything. A lot of audibles. Bomb probably spotted outside as well. And the wraparound, I mean, this is not an angle you really want to be holding with an MP9. But it's gonna have to be that. Or Cola could find a frag in lobby. He spotted out. He is stuck here. That's another problem. He walks forwards into his own flash and passes on into the next life. That's kind of been the summary of this entire map for 666, which is very, it's a shame really, because 2 maps were so close, but clearly on this one, they were just out of energy. Couldn't have anything, and Legion have been, traditionally, I've seen them play Nuke before. They're pretty proficient on it, so could just be a domain knowledge situation while you're doing a bit of baiting, hoping to maybe upgrade some guns. That's the best you can hope for in a situation like this. Not die to the bomb and upgrade your weaponry into the next. There's one. Unfortunately, the other player is fallen, and I'm not sure that Walu's going to make it out. He actually does. A better weapon? A better weapon. An AK in what may be the last round of this series. Lucky, about to go through his own Molotov at this point. Tag team set, going through trophy with Cola. But it's going to be a take onto A. Pava gets one. RT back and forth, 90-degree angle. He still does the job, and it's 3 on 2 where Get Lucky needs to actually do something. It's 1 on 3, and they've actually done it. 666 have won a round. Long time between drinks. In fact, literally 12 rounds between their first 2 and their next one. I don't think this was going to be the legendary comeback that shocks the entire globe, but if it is, it's going to have to be now. An a rat rather. I mean, it's definitely a rat weapon, but if you're going to lose this round, it would really be the capstone on what's been an incredible series and not a great final map for 666. Knife out. Our King knows that there's a player behind him, but this may be one of those chasing each other's tails situation. And a 2 on 4 to end this map with an XM on Rat cosplaying Simple in those early days of Navi, or late days rather, before he took his break. He is back now, of course. But we can't say the same for 666 in this round. Walu does have a kit, so if anything's gonna happen, it's gonna have to be Rat distracting, and Walu's got that first frag. Rat needs to do some chaotic nonsense right now. Jump around with that gun. Snap around with it. Okay, hold on a second. He's got the right idea, but he needs to turn around for it. Walu's got his back. Hold on a second. This is actually perfectly winnable. This is perfectly winnable if Walu actually does it, but he doesn't necessarily have it in him. And there's the 13-3 hard-fought victory in the first two maps, and Legion towards the end just dominate on Nuke, one of that comfort maps, and 666 never stood a chance. And this does bring us to the end of the quarterfinals, and the semifinals are coming up. So tomorrow you can expect the same start time. We've got, I believe, 3 teams from Pakistan, 1 team from India, which would be Big W, who've been a sort of familiar name in and out of regional competition. Legion with this victory go to face Wawa in a domestic derby. I believe 2 Pakistani squads facing up. And then we got Big W and Come Mid in the other semi-final, both going on tomorrow. So with that, it's been an honor for today. Look forward to you guys coming back tomorrow for even more Counter-Strike action. If today was great, you can imagine tomorrow is going to be even better, if that's even a possibility. With even more production, even more action, and even more Counter-Strike. As always, I've been your host, caster, commentator, observer, and man behind the action that's been taking place in front of your screens, backpackbrain. Thank you for watching, and, well, we'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.